Happy New Year, everybody. And right off the bat, what is the market doing already in 2026? Where is it headed? And at the same time, we're going to be looking at areas like Newport Beach, Huntington Beach, Laguna Beach, Newport Coast, Condo, and basically just luxury coastal Orange County. And if you're curious to what your exact house would sell for, I will go ahead and give you an exact breakdown to your exact community and also what sold nearby. That would be used as a comp, whether you're looking to lease out your house or looking to sell your house. So go ahead and reach out directly if that's something that you're looking to do. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and look to see how the market is doing here in Orange County. We're gonna look at single family homes and also condos, and I'm gonna give advice for both sellers and buyers. So let's go ahead and dive into today's market update. Single family homes in Newport Beach have a median list price of $5.87 million with an average of 169 days on the market, meaning homes are sitting longer than usual, almost 6 months on average. There are currently 122 active listings, which is still historically low, but trends show buyers are more cautious and taking their time, especially on anything over $6 million. You have about 25% of homes that did price reductions, which tells us that pricing right from the start is crucial in this market. If you overprice, you're likely to sit. Sellers, my advice is to price realistically based on comps. Avoid testing the market too high. Buyers are watching days on market as well. And just make sure that your staging and presentation are completely dialed in because the condition matters at this price point. Buyers, here's your move. Don't be afraid to negotiate, especially on listings that have been sitting on the market. And then don't be afraid to look at stale listings with recent price drops. There's motivation and potentially some value right there. But how are condos doing in Newport Beach? Condos are currently coming in at a median list price of $1.8 million, and they're selling faster, averaging just 98 days on the market. Currently, there's only 33 condos listed, so again, inventory is still extremely tight. Buyers are active under $2 million, and anything turnkey near the water is moving pretty quickly. Still, 36% of condo listings had price reductions. So even in this price range, buyers are value cautious and watching closely. So price accordingly, do not overprice. Again, sellers, my advice, if you list now, demand is outpacing supply, which is great, but price cleanly, especially if you have updated interiors or good walkability. You just don't want to overprice. And then don't wait for springs because buyers are already out shopping. Get it on the market as soon as possible. Buyers, your best strategy is to get pre-approved and move fast because the good units are getting picked up and they're getting picked up quickly. Focus on well-located listings that also might have had some price drops. But how about Newport Coast? Newport Coast single-family homes carry a median list price of $17 million, with homes sitting on average 230 days on the market. Now, while that's a long runway, that's more average for what luxury markets are. But nonetheless, you have 28 homes on the market, so inventory is still super tight, but buyer urgency is soft. They're waiting for value. And 14% of the listings in Newport Coast did a price reduction, suggesting that sellers are still testing the higher ends and buyers are not budging. So how you price is crucial. So sellers, again, price accordingly, do not overprice. If you have a standout house, obviously you want to market it professionally and globally, but not just the house, the lifestyle, and it's a timing game. So you might need to be a little bit more patient. Just make sure that when you do bring it to the market, everything from your staging, the presentation, and getting the right buyers through the house is all on point because it is absolutely crucial right now. Buyers, this is your leverage moment. Long days on market, listings are essentially ripe for negotiation. This could be your prime time to get a great price for your dream Newport Coast house. But how are condos in Newport Coast doing? Well, if we look at condos in Newport Coast, they have a median price of $2.47 million and are taking an average of 98 days to sell. So you do have a little bit more of a slower market pace, but keep in mind there's only 6 active condos on the market. This makes inventory extremely limited, and you have 50% of them which did a price reduction, which again tells us that if you overprice, you're going to be sitting on the market for a while. So sellers, you need to have again, just you need to have your pricing dialed in. Do not have ego allow you to inflate the price of your house and be sitting longer on the market than what you should be. Buyers, this is potentially your time to get aggressive on price. But if you own a house in Corona Del Mar or Condo, but let's start with houses, how's that market doing? Homes in Corona Del Mar have a median list price of $7.5 million and are averaging 147 days on the market. You have 33 active listings, which means that demand is still relatively there, but you don't have a whole lot of inventory. You have 18% of homes that did a price reduction. Again, just like the other markets, how you price absolutely matters. Sellers, list with intention, don't overprice, because if you do overprice, you're likely to sit on the market. Buyers, move quickly on new listings, especially homes that are priced accordingly in prime locations, as good homes will not last long. And don't expect massive discounts unless the home has been sitting well over 90 days. How about condos though in Corona Del Mar? Well, condos are sitting at a median list price of $2.97 million with only 20 active listings. The average market time is 98 days, and 60% of these listings did a price reduction. So again, it's across all markets that if you overprice, you're going to be sitting. So sellers, my advice is simple. Do not overprice. You're competing against sharp buyers and also limited condo inventory. But buyers, this is still your shot. You can negotiate. Pricing is potentially open for you to get a great deal. But again, that doesn't mean massive discounts either. How about Laguna Beach? Well, Laguna Beach homes have a median list price of $5.6 million, but they're sitting for 220 plus days on average, nearly the longest days on market of all coastal cities. There are currently 104 active listings, showing some oversupply for this price band, which is very interesting. You also have 22% of homes that have done a price reduction. I think that should probably be more. So you have many sellers still holding out, but the question is for how long? So sellers, prepare to be patient. Do not expect Q2 to be more forgiving. Staging, view shots, and buyer incentives may help close deals, but again, you need to price accordingly. I don't care how good your marketing is. If you overprice a product, it's not gonna sell, it's not gonna move. So price accordingly. Buyers, use the long market time to your advantage and negotiate. Make strong offers on older listings. Many sellers are getting worn out even if they don't want to admit that. If you look at condos in Laguna Beach, condos are at 1.67 million with a median of 70 days on the market and only 21 active listings. This is one of the faster moving condo markets with a moderate price reduction at 33%. So sellers, demand is good. Go ahead and beat competition by listing early if you can. Focus on walkability, turnkey interiors. Those definitely move the best. But again, price right and you won't necessarily be sitting too long. Price wrong or overpriced and you're likely to sit. Buyers, jump on well priced listings quickly. They're definitely moving faster than single family homes, especially in Laguna Beach. And just be ready, but be ready to negotiate as well. Right now is a great time for buyers to be able to get aggressive. And what about Huntington Beach though? Well, if we look at the single family homes, they have a median price of $1.9 million with a very fast 49 days on the market. This is the hottest single family market on the coast right now. There are 93 listings and 25% did a price reduction. So again, how you price definitely matters. So sellers, this might be your window because the market is moving fast here. But again, you do need to price accordingly. Do not overprice and do not expect multiple offers coming in if you do overprice. But buyers, move fast. Homes, especially under $2 million, are moving quickly, but be ready with financing and make clean, strong offers. You might not be able to negotiate as much in this market, but hey, let's do it. If you look at condos in Huntington Beach, they are currently listed at a median price of $915,000. This is the lowest price per square foot at $694 with an average days on market at 70 days. And you had 31% of listings do a price reduction. So same thing, how you price definitely matters, but sellers, still a great time to list. This is one of the best entry level coastal segments, but you still want to focus on your presentation and how you price, because if you overprice and you wait too long to bring it on the market, you're essentially not going to have as strong of an opportunity to get that house sold as you could if you price it accordingly and also bring it to the market early. Buyers, this is still your best affordability on the coast. Look for value in upgraded units around $900,000, but price cuts also give you negotiation room, so if you see any condos sitting on the market, feel free to take advantage. But let's look at the big picture for the Orange County housing market. What is my advice to sellers and buyers out there? If you're looking at buying or selling, timing and pricing strategy are key across the board. The best opportunities are in the early part of 2026. You have condos and single family homes that all show us pretty clearly that if you overpriced, you're likely to sell. So if you want to know exactly what your house would sell for, go ahead and reach out to me directly at 949-405-4455, and I would love to be able to break this down in depth, tailored to your exact community, property, and area.